when people are talking about what helps you with consistency, what helps you continue to stay on a keto diet, it's learning how to prepare meat well.
Yeah.
So that every single meal is truly delicious. Sometimes that's a matter of like learning a skill. Sometimes it's a matter of having the right, tools for the job. But I think that when everything we eat tastes so delicious, then it's not like I'm not missing anything because I'm just enjoying what we eat.
What happened to my hair while I slept? Who knows? But good morning. I'm having some breakfast. This is something that I often lately have for breakfast, which is pork sausage patties. I don't know why, but I've been on a kick of pork sausage patties lately. Sometimes I eat them with eggs. Sometimes I just want them by themselves. Today, I have them topped with some cheese. In this case, it's the like a taco blend of shredded cheese. Yum. And then I have my first coffee of the day. Of course, there's keto brains in my first coffee of the day. I didn't realize when I was making this pistachio coffee from Nespresso that it was, one of the small ones, like the 2 ounces that you're supposed to pour over ice. Until I made it and I was like, something's wrong with the coffee machine because it's only spitting out a very little bit of liquid. Then I turned over the box and realized that it was a little tiny coffee pod. So that's good. I'm going to enjoy it. First sip of this pistachio one. Let's try it. Oh, wow. That is delicious. Oh my goodness. That's really, really good. Of course, I want more of it. So it is delicious and I'm going to enjoy some breakfast. Hey, what's up, family? I'm Rachel.
And I'm Joe.
And we are two crazy ketos.
Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Double K Farm, even though this is for the keto channel, not for the farm channel.
Right.
It's kind of hard sometimes to get confused, like which video are we working on, like which channel? Because we have 3 channels, if you didn't know. We have this channel, our keto channel. We have our RV and camping channel, which is Two Crazy Campers, link for it down below. And now we have our homesteading channel called the Double K Farm.
I think it's one of those, wherever you are, there you are.
So got up this morning, made myself some amazing breakfast.
What is that square thing?
It is sausage.
Oh, they're just all glued together.
I like the sausage. I get it from Walmart.
Links.
Because what happens, it comes like this. So it comes in, like there's 42 in a box. And it's got this paper. It's kind of like almost like your meat thins.
Yeah.
And so then you can just throw this in the air fryer on your griddle or anything like that, and you can cook 6 in one.
So you just like separate. Oh, okay.
And just separate
and they're just
them.
regular links.
And
look like a pillow.
They taste really, really good. And this is a company. It's kind of funny. It's called the Old Folks Country Sausage.
Okay, that sounds like us.
It is really good.
Those are them. I had some patties this morning.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you knew I ate breakfast. They already know I ate breakfast.
So, yeah, you like to buy the pre-cooked. I like to cook it. But these are super simple. Throw them in the air fryer for 10 minutes and they're done.
That's my level of cooking.
So I really like it. And then I'm having 4 eggs. And we have a busy day here on the farm. And we have to go take care of all the animals, working in the house. I have to edit videos. We're getting ready to head up to Indiana and Elkhart. Like, wow. A lot of going on. We're also going to be filming the most delicious recipe video later on. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and you hit that bell button so that you're notified when it comes out. Because this is going to be like a really rich dessert, decadent, one of my favorite. You could make a keto, you could make a carnivore.
What a blessing.
Completely up to you. I have a question for people who, like, are carnivore. Because everybody's welcome on the Double K channel, right?
Sure.
So, what is your level of carnivore? I'm curious, because there's all different levels. I've seen carnivores who say carnivore is you can only eat meat and salt, but you can't have any kind of dairy. You can't have any kind of cheese, Like, it's literally just meat. So for me, like the lion diet would be ruminant meat and salt.
Okay.
But then I've seen other carnivores who will allow spices, but then some don't allow spices. Then some have dairy. Some allow sweetener. And like, we want to talk about like carnivore things because we want to invite everybody. But are you offended with a recipe if we put sweetener in it?
It's funny. I would say that 99.6% of the time we're carnivore. I mean, you would consider us carnivore, with the exception of like drinking a cup of coffee. As far as like most of our food is meat. However, we're always hesitant to say we're carnivore. We feel like we need to call it something else because you're afraid that, well, am I actually in the carnivore club if I have, some spinach or I put all of the meats on top of a bed of lettuce.
Right.
Like, so now I can't call myself carnivore.
That's why I don't like to use the word carnivore, because to me we're not carnivore because we will eat some vegetables.
But so will my dog.
I like to say we're meat based. We eat like 95% meat. So is it bad that every once in a while we want a bed of lettuce or some spinach or some sweetener? I mean, for me, everything becomes sustainability.
Right.
And just eating meat and never having any dairy and never having a sweetener and never having a piece of lettuce, it's not sustainable.
Yeah. It's funny. I feel like sometimes, for us, we put a label on it so that people can find us. It's like a search engine thing. Like if you're wanting to share a carnivore recipe with somebody, we've got to call it carnivore so that someone else can find us. But in your day-to-day life, when you're dealing with people and you're making relationships and that sort of thing, even when you're talking to yourself in the morning, is it necessary for you to even have a banner? It's kind of like that old joke where someone says, what do you call Chinese food in China? Isn't it just food? Right? So I wonder, in our house every day, I don't tell Joe, hey, we're going to have a carnivore meal tonight, or we're going to have a keto meal tonight. I'm just like, this is the meal we're going to have tonight. So I wonder how helpful it is to use those words in just everyday speak, or does it make us feel like better than other people when we eat a carnivore meal, or does it make us feel guilty when we're eating a keto meal?
Now that breakfast is done, let's go ahead and do a little farm update. Take a look at all of the different animals that we have here on the Double K farm. So in here we have some of our chickens. Looks like a lot of them are inside right now, but you can see there's a few. They're all starting to come out here. So we're gonna go check on them. I have to collect the eggs still, but just want to see if everybody is doing okay. Let's open this up. Somebody's laying who's afraid I'm going to take her eggs. So we got some here. Yeah, look at all the eggs we have. I have to go get the basket. A couple down there laying. Then we have in here. Is anybody in here? We have a couple of chickens in here. What are you guys doing in here? You don't belong in here. Go in with the chickens. This is the turkey roost. Go in here. Okay. Let's see. Who's down here? Somebody. So we have this thing, by the way. This is the coolest thing. We have to change it out. But we have this black tarp, and we basically have it on there. And what happens is they poop on there when they're roosting at night, and it goes down to the bottom. And then you can just easily clean that, and it keeps the coop super clean. And then what we do is, like once a month, we change out this plastic, because sometimes you can see they'll jump on there and they'll scratch it up, and it just kind of gets dirty. But Doesn't look the prettiest, but it definitely helps cleaning. So you can see, like, that's just from last night, all that poop. And then we come in and just clean it all up. Right, girls? Now, over here, we have our adult turkeys. I think one of the toms went inside there. So we have the 2 toms and the 2 hens right there. And then over here, these are some of their babies. So we have, I don't even know how many we have in here. Let me back up so we can focus. Here, I'll just go inside. Hi, guys. So we have a couple of Nagasets, and then we have some Black Spanish, and then we have these guys. Like, these are babies of ours. And so, yeah. These guys are, I don't know, about 2 months old or so. Now, their water thing, I just cleaned it out. So we have this automatic watering bowl, and it is hooked up to those barrels over there, so it self-waters. So it's like a 35-gallon drum out there, and then it automatically feeds in here and fills everything up for them. So over here we have a mobile coop that I built. It's built out of PVC pipe. And in here we have some more turkeys. So we have some white Holland turkeys and some Royal Palms. The Royal Palms are the ones with the black. The white Hollands are the straight white ones. Hey guys. These guys are a few months old. And then over here, we have some more Royal Palms. And this is our nursery. This is where we put like teenagers. So as they get a little bit older, ready to come outside, they come in here. And we actually leave our 2 duckles in here. So you can see, there's one of the duckles right there. So that duckle is a bantam, and it is full size. But you can see it's the same size as a lot of these other guys. So we just leave them all in there. Take a look and see what's going on the inside. There's our other duckle. So she's laying an egg right now. So you can see all of these guys. And then that over there is a frizzle. We hatched her out and decided to keep her. We got rid of our other silkies, but we kept her because she's just really cool looking. And you can see we have a bunch of different ones. We have some really big chickens. These guys are all the same age. So I did make some bone broth with all of our neck bones and chicken feet that we had. I forgot to actually turn on the camera to do that. Basically what we do is we take our Instant Pot, we fill it up with water, or first we put all of the chicken feet, neck bones, any kind of scrap. So, you know, if you have bones left over from eating chicken wings, we put all of that in there, fill it up with water, and then I put about a tablespoon of the Redmond organic seasoned salt, and then usually a little bit of salt. I'll salt it sometimes afterwards to taste. And so Rachel just grabbed everything and threw it in here, and you can see,
Golden.
look at this. So what we'll do is a lot of times take these chicken feet out, and we will give them to the chickens, or we'll just eat them up. And like you can pick off these pieces of meat off of here. Oh, wait a second, Rachel.
There's a heart.
You weren't supposed to put the hearts in here.
Oh, I think I dumped the bag of hearts along with the feet. Sorry about that.
So, since you wasted our chicken hearts.
I didn't waste anything. We're going to get all of the delicious goodness in there. But you want me to eat one?
Now you got to eat one. I bet you it's better than a Brazilian steakhouse because it's been soaking in all that bone broth with the organic salt and everything.
It's much better because it's like not nearly as chewy because, hello, Instant Pot. It's actually pleasant. Now, don't you think you should also have a heart?
You're the one who put them into the bone broth and wasted them. Fine.
I'm glad you get 2 digs in a single segment.
Have a heart. That is so much better than a Brazilian steakhouse.
So much better because it's not nearly as chewy.
And also, it's not as irony.
No.
And it's loaded with the salt and the Redmond seasoning. That's actually really, really good.
So do you want to say thank you to me now for that happy accident?
Yeah, I'll say thank you for that. So what we're going to do is we're going to divide this up. We have a lot of bones because we put all kinds of bones and everything in here. We're gonna give some of it to Tabitha because these bones now you can pretty much just mash with your fingers.
It's my fave.
When I do this, a lot of times I like to put it in the Instant Pot, but on slow cook, and I'll slow cook it for like 14 hours to really let this break down. This has been going for, I'd say, almost 20 hours. We pretty much just let it go all day yesterday. And I know this is going to be some delicious bone broth. And we can also give some of it to the chickens. They will absolutely love it.
Okay, so out of that batch, we've got like 3 and overflow mason jars of this bone broth. Look at the color. Like the color alone just gets you excited, right? And nice fatty already developing at the top. This is gonna be super, super delicious. A lot of times we will keep the residual meat and just have it, you know, as part of it.
But that takes a lot of work.
It does, and I wanted to give Tabitha a treat. She's been really, really doing an amazing job as the nanny dog here on the farm. So I just wanted to give her a little treat. And now I'm gonna give me a little treat. That is Thanksgiving dinner in a drink. That is absolutely delicious. The seasonings is just enough. You can obviously add to it to taste, but since you can't take it away, I'm like Joe. I want to season less than I'm going to need, and then I can add seasoning to it. But this is freaking amazing. What is wrong with you? Oh my gracious! So we heard cheeping, and we have not seen our Indian giant hen for like a couple of days, and we have looked everywhere, but we had not seen her. All of a sudden she has reemerged and she has hatched out some babies. Tab?
Do you have babies? You have babies. Hi. Look at your babies. She's got 6 of them. So I'm going to start cooking dinner, which is going to be chicken. It's actually one of our pasture-raised chickens that we grew right here on the farm. You may have seen in previous videos that here on the Double K farm, we are raising poultry for food. That's one of the main reasons that we decided to move from the city up here to the country, is to be more self-sustainable. So we have about 30 chickens here on the farm that we raise solely for egg production, both for us to consume the eggs, for us to sell the eggs, and also to hatch out, to have more chickens to both raise for eggs as well as sell. And then when it comes to meat, we get specific meat birds that grow very fast, like 6 to 8 weeks. And so we had raised up a bunch of chickens, and then we process them, and now we have them in the freezer. We do sell these chickens. If you're interested, send us an email. Link for it is down below. But we're going to go ahead and cook one of these up. Now, we have been praying for rain. We've been in a major drought here, and we were going to originally cook this on the smoker, which is why I have it all like prepared. But since it's pouring out, what we're going to do is we're actually going to just cook one in the oven. So what I did was, this is, again, one of our chickens, and I just covered the entire thing in salt, and then I covered it in like a chili lime seasoning. It's actually, this seasoning, I have no idea where we got it. I think somebody gave it to us at a meetup. It's called Hardcore Carnivore Chili Lime Seasoning. So I covered the whole thing in it. But now that we're cooking it in the oven, we're gonna go ahead and spatchcock it. So spatchcocking is basically where you remove the backbone and you lay it flat. It allows it to cook a little bit more evenly. And also you get more skin that's gonna be crispy, and we wanna eat the skin because the skin has a lot of fat. So let's show you how I'm gonna do this. Now normally if I was gonna spatchcock a chicken, I wouldn't already have it seasoned, but again, the plan was to go ahead and cook it on the smoker. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna flip this over, we're gonna cut out the backbone, and then after that, we'll go ahead and re-season it. So what I'm gonna do is take a good pair of poultry shears, and we're gonna just cut down the backbone. So you have your bone that goes right here, and you're gonna cut down both sides to remove this backbone. So you just need to basically just kind of go down the backbone and snip it out. It helps to have a really good set of poultry shears. I buy these on Amazon. I'll leave a link for them down below. I don't know if there's a name on them, but we've got 2 pairs of these and they work very, very well. And they weren't super expensive. You just take this out. We're gonna put this to the side. Then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna flip it over. I'm gonna take the leg out here. And then I'm gonna lay it flat like this. And I'm gonna press to break this. And I'm actually gonna use this pan here because I've got this piece that I can kind of lift it up and it'll let some of the juices drain out a little bit. So we're gonna lay this in here. Now some people like to leave it like this. Some people open it up. Some people will spread it out more. I'm gonna leave it just like this. I'm gonna press it down because I wanna get all of this skin to get nice and crispy. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put some more of my seasoning on here. And I really wanted to have a lot of flavor. And also since there's a lot of salt in here, this will help to dry it out more. I'm gonna press it in. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the refrigerator for probably another hour or so to help dry out the skin a little bit more, because the more I dry it out, the crispier it's going to get. And then we'll come back and we'll stick it in the oven. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get the chicken into the oven. First thing we need to do is preheat our oven to 400 degrees. Now, once your oven is preheated to 400 degrees, we're gonna bake the chicken in the oven for about 40 to 45 minutes or until you get an internal temperature on the white meat of about 155 degrees. In the meantime, we're gonna make some jalapeno poppers in our tasty air fryer. So I've got some jalapeno poppers here, which are just jalapenos stuffed with cream cheese and wrapped in bacon. We're gonna go ahead and put them in our tasty air fryer. So we're gonna turn it on, hit air fry, 380 degrees, 20 minutes, start. Okay, let's go ahead and check this. It's been about 40 minutes or so. Actually lost track of time just a little bit. So we're gonna check this here with our Insta-Read that looks beautiful, about 163 degrees there. Check it on this side. 161 degrees. We're gonna take this out and we're gonna let it rest for about 10 minutes.
Hello. Can I sit by you?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Look at that chicken.
Does that look amazing?
Now, normally when you spatchcock it, it would be a little bit flatter, but I just did what I could, and I know this is gonna come out perfect, but a lot of times you would make it even flatter, but the whole idea is to like not have that cavity, and so we're gonna go ahead. Ooh, smells delicious.
It smells good, but what I am eyeing is that skin because I know it's going to be amazing and crunchy.
We're gonna go ahead and cut this thing up.
Warning, when cooking chicken and it's nice and moist and juicy, there may be a splash zone. Just maybe a splash zone.
You're not done yet.
Ooh, there's something more than the chicken?
Look at, again, these are our pasture-raised chickens. Look at how big that breast is.
There shall be leftovers.
But we also have jalapeno poppers.
We are never sad when these make an appearance. Ah, vegetables.
See, people say we don't eat vegetables.
Clearly we eat vegetables. They're just wrapped in bacon.
And stuffed with cream cheese.
No regrets.
The best part is when you get like this little bit of cream cheese that's crusted on the bottom. Mm-hmm. And since I'm cooking.
That's the Baglands.
That's mine.
So that's your fee for cooking.
That's my fee.
The burnt cream cheese.
Okay. Let's go ahead. I kind of want to eat the jalapeno poppers first, but...
I just want to rip the skin off this thing.
Okay, I'll try the skin first. So this is covered in that chipotle lime seasoning that I'm pretty sure somebody gave us in Indiana.
Dink. That's nice.
That's
wow.
So good. Here's a fork for you.
Oh yeah, we should use forks.
And then we're gonna go ahead and let's see how juicy
Look
this chicken
at how
is.
plump and juicy this chicken is. It is insane to me.
Oh, and it's perfectly moist. And here's the thing. I mean, generally, when I cook chicken, I want to go to an internal temperature on the breast of about 155 degrees. A lot of people like to go to 165. That results in a dry chicken.
You don't want dry chicken.
155 is perfect because then when you let it rest, it'll come up to about 160.
Dink. This is chicken breast for people who do not like chicken breast because they have traditionally had it be too dry. So they like reached for the thighs because the chicken breast could never be trusted.
That is so good.
That is so good.
There's no way I'm going to finish a half a chicken. I mean, normally if we would get a Costco chicken, I can eat a whole chicken
Me too.
in one. I can't even eat a half of one of these chickens.
No.
Now, again, when we raised them, we let them go an extra week. So they were about 7.5 weeks old when we processed them. But our average chicken came out to be 6.5 pounds. We had a couple just under 6 pounds. We had a couple almost 7 pounds. And that's after processing.
I am telling
after
you,
cutting out all the guts and stuff. Cutting off the head.
Seemed like turkey size to me.
This is the best part. Hot.
This chicken is crazy. Like usually also, I sort of need a dipping sauce. And with this, I just want to taste the chicken. I just want to taste the flavor of the chicken.
I also like the wings. So I like to take this part of the wing and just like eat all the skin off. Because there's no meat in there. And then you get your regular wing.
That's incredible. Well done. Well done, young man.
Now, again, I was going to smoke it, but because it was pouring out and we do need the rain,
Yeah.
I figured, just throw it in the oven.
We're not complaining about the rain.
Is that like the first meal we've cooked in our oven?
Oh my gosh, you totally did.
I mean, I've made some of our other things, like I've made egg loaves, but like a meal.
Yeah.
That's the first thing that I've cooked in here.
Egg loaf is a meal. Don't kid yourself.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. I mean, and then I used our new pans.
Freaking love those things.
So Miriam from Keto Chow told us about caraway pans. I was looking for like a really good ceramic like pan, like for cooking, getting rid of all of the Teflon in the house. And so
it's an investment. Don't kid yourself.
It was definitely an investment, but it was honestly not any more expensive than we paid for like our Le Creuset, stuff that was covered in Teflon. No, the Teflon pans. So it wasn't any more expensive than that. And then we got the baking pans to go with it because a lot of our stuff was all Teflon covered stuff, like we got at Walmart for baking pans. And then we had silicone, which all kind of look ratty. And so we just wanted to get like a good muffin pan, a good like roasting pan and stuff like that. And
I love you, Miriam.
Super thick. And so we were able to order that. And this is the first time we're cooking in that. And like, I'm really impressed because like just looking at that pan, like nothing stuck to it. I didn't put any aluminum foil in the bottom, like nothing. It just put the rack over it so everything can drain down and it'll be super easy to clean up. So super excited about that.
I like easy to clean.
Let us know down in the comment section, what is your favorite way to cook chicken? Number one, do you like the spatchcock or do you want to do a whole chicken? Do you like air fryer? Do you like smoking? Do you like putting it in the oven? Do you like putting it in a roaster? I've done it all, but I'm curious like what your favorite way to do. For me, ease of use is air fryer. The problem is our chickens barely fit in the air fryer because they're so big.
Visually, I feel like keeping it not spatchcocking it and keeping it like a whole bird looks more visually like a nice presentation.
Right.
But I feel like I get more, like, I don't know, the skin.
You get more skin.
All the way around is better when we spatchcock it.
You get more skin with spatchcocking because if you cook it the traditional way just as a whole bird, you're not going to crisp up the skin on the bottom.
Right.
Whereas spatchcocking it, you're exposing all of that crispy skin. I also like smoking it and getting that flavor. And the problem with smoking is sometimes it takes a little bit longer to get a crispy skin. So what I'll do is I'll smoke it and then I'll stick it into an oven under a broiler for like 5 or 10 minutes because the best way to get that crispy skin with the chicken, because the skin is so moist, is number one, pre-season it, pre-salt it. Let some of that salt draw out the moisture and then cooking it at a high temperature, like 400 degrees, because that helps to really dry out that skin. But let us know down in the comment section.
Now, I will say that when people are talking about what helps you with consistency, what helps you continue to stay on a keto diet, it's learning how to prepare meat well.
Yeah.
so that every single meal is truly delicious. Sometimes that's a matter of like learning a skill. Sometimes it's a matter of having the right, tools for the job. But I think that when everything we eat tastes so delicious, then it's not like I'm not missing anything because I'm just enjoying what we eat.
The number one way to not screw up cooking meat, this is gonna sound, it's like there's no way it's this easy.
Right.
Cook to temperature, not time. I think a lot of people make a mistake when it comes to cooking meat in cooking to a time and not temperature, which results in overcooking. Also, listening to people who tell you should cook chicken to 165 degrees of internal temperature, which results in a very dry chicken.
Same with everybody being disappointed with turkey on Thanksgiving. And the Butterball hotline, I know, has given out advice like stop doing this. Stop doing this thing and overcooking the turkey because that really does make a huge difference.
Yeah, it's just like this warning they say, like, and listen, if you go any place, they're going to tell you, you should not undercook your meat. And basically, according to, the USDA and everybody else, like, you should not be eating anything but well-done beef. Like, your beef should be cooked till it's fully cooked. Nobody should be eating rare beef. Now, that would be horrible.
That would be awful.
But a lot of people, I would say a majority of people,
well, if you're scared
eat
of
their
it,
beef
you're going to do that.
Rare or medium. Very few people eat it well done, and you don't see a whole lot of people getting sick from eating medium rare beef.
But if you hear that enough, then you believe it's true.
Yeah.
Like, how many times did we believe that it was like the egg and cake batter that if you ate it raw, you were going to it was going to cause a problem, right? We find out that really a lot of times it's the flour that causes an issue, and don't eat raw cake batter because of that, not the egg.
Okay, we're gonna finish eating, and in the meantime, we're gonna wrap up this video. Now, if you like seeing videos like this, take a look at the video we have linked right over there. Also, make sure you take a look at the most recent video I'm gonna put right over here.
But whether you head this way or you head this way, don't forget to head this way. Subscribe to our channel and click the little bell icon, and that way, every single time Joe's cooking up something delicious, you'll be alerted to it.
Until next time.
Bye.